Dear students, welcome to the video lecture of flowcharts. Flowcharts. So flowcharts are a diagrammatic representation of a program logic. It's known as a flowchart. Appropriate steps to be followed in order to arrive at the solution to a problem. It is a pictorial representation of a solution to a problem. Flowchart comprises a set of various standard shaped boxes that are interconnected by flow lines. It comprises a set of standard shaped boxes that are interconnected by flow lines. Vital role in programming of a problem and are quite helpful in understanding the logic of a complicated and lengthy problem. Flowcharts are very helpful in understand the logic of the complicated and as well as lengthy problem. If the flowchart is drawn, it has become easy to write the program in a high-level language. Okay, easy to it is from the flowchart is very easy for us to write the high-level programming languages. Symbols of the flowchart. This symbol, this ellipse symbol, stands for start or end of the program of the flowchart. The rectangle stands for computation step or processing function of a program. Parallelogram. Okay, the symbol is used for input entry and output display. Next, the diamond symbol is a decision making symbol. Decision making and branching operation that has two alternatives. Okay, one incoming flow and two outgoing flow is for this diamond symbol. Then connector, we can say that it's a same page connector. Connects the remote spot of the flowchart on the same page. Connects the remote spot of the flowchart on the same page. The magnetic tape, magnetic discs are used in the very old type of programming languages. Now the magnetic tape and discs are not in use. And a remote page connector. Connect the remote portion of the flowchart not on the same page. Okay, when the flowchart contains the different pages, we have to use the remote page connector. Flow lines, arrow of left, right, up and down are the flow lines. So this is also the comment. Okay, a line and as well as unfilled a box symbol stands for the comment. Add a comment or furnish a clarifications. And display is used in the form of this hexagon. Simple flowchart symbols. Okay, an outline abstract is given here. A start symbol followed by process and decision making. And for example, if you use a connector, no, of a project complicated because the lines of the flowchart should not cross with each other. On that time, you have to use the same page connector. Okay, if the decision is no, then the control goes to the same page connector A, and it will continue from this place. Okay, it will come here. And as well as the decision box, which is having a one incoming flow and a two alternative flow, yes or no. Like this, they have a two outgoing flow and one incoming flow. And parallelogram used for printing the data. And a processing symbol is used here. Okay, it's used for some document symbol is given here. And as well as the end, we are having a terminator symbol. Flowchart constructs a sequence. Okay, action 1, action 2, and up to action n. Okay, we'll have a set of process symbol. Yeah, this is not a sequence. Decision making. We have about decision making. We have to use the diamond shape. Okay, it will, one incoming flow, it will have a true or false. Okay, if it's true, a sequence of action will be carried out. If it is false, a sequence of action will be carried out. Okay, this is the decision. Then repetition. Okay, looping statement. Okay, while condition, until the condition is true, then we have to the loop has to repeat. Okay, so until the condition is true, a sequence of action will be continuously executed until the condition is true, and until the condition is false, the flow line will come out of the looping statement. This is known as a repetition. Will come out of the repetition. Guidelines for flowchart. Flowchart must be drawn an outline. Flowchart must be drawn on white, unlined 8.5 into 11-inch paper on one side only. So 8.5 into 11-inch paper on one side only. Flowchart start on the top of the page and flow down and to the right. Okay, it has to start from the top of the page and it has to flow down and to the right. Only standard flowchart symbol should be used. No other symbol should be entertained in developing the flowchart. A template to draw the final version of the flowchart should be used. A template to draw the final version of the flowchart should be used. Okay, you have to create a final version of the flowchart at the end. The content of the each symbol should be printed legibly. Okay, the content of the each symbol should be very clearly printed, or it should be readable. English should be used in flowchart, not programming languages. Flowchart should contain only English, it should not contain any programming languages. Flowchart for a subroutine, for a subroutine app, this is a function which is typically called if any must appear on the separate page. Subroutine should appear on the separate page. If any separate page, each subroutine begins with the terminal symbol with the subroutine name and a terminal symbol label written at the end. Okay, that means that actually when you have a subroutine stored in the separate page, each subroutine begins with a terminal symbol and as well as subroutine name, and with the subroutine name and a terminal symbol label to written at the end. Draw the arrow between the symbols when a straight edge and use the arrowheads to indicate the direction of the logical flow. You have to use the arrow edge, okay, used to the line, and as well as arrow symbol used to indicate the direction. We are going to start discussing about the example. First example, write an algorithm and draw the flowchart to add two numbers. Okay, so it is an algorithm to add two numbers. Start, which we already discussed, to read a comma b, calculate c equal to a plus b, print c, and stop. Okay, which we discussed in the algorithm. For the same flowchart, you have to start the flowchart with a start symbol. The ellipse is a start symbol. Input, read a comma b, you have to give a parallelogram, read a comma b, then calculation part. Okay, c equal to a plus b, that should be given in the rectangle. To print the result, again you have to use the parallelogram, so print c, it's a parallelogram, and the stop symbol. Okay, finally we will have a stop. It is a simple flowchart. It is follow the sequence construct. Okay, set of instructions that are executed one by one. Okay, this is sequence construct. The second flowchart, our example, draw a flowchart for calculating the simple interest using the formula SI, simple interest equal to P into T into R divided by 100. P denotes the principal amount, T stands for the time, R stands for the rate of interest. Okay, then we'll have a flowchart for this. Start and input, we have to get a value of principal and as well as time and rate of interest. So we'll get an input. For input, we are using the parallelogram. Then we have to calculate the value of the simple interest. Okay, we are using a variable I to calculate the simple interest. So calculate I equal to P star T star R divided by 100. So then print the value for I. The value get printed. Finally, the flowchart will get stopped using the start symbol. Okay, this is a simple flowchart. It is also follows the sequence construct. Okay, instructions are executed one by one. Draw a flowchart to find the roots of the quadratic equation. Flowchart to find the roots of the quadratic equation. So start and read the value of a comma b comma c or the input from the user. We have to calculate d equal to b square minus 4ac, b star b minus 4 star a star c. B square minus 4ac is calculated, and we check the decision symbol. If the value of d is greater than 0, yes, we have to calculate the real root 1 equal to minus b plus square root of d divided by 2 star a, and real root 2 equal to minus b minus square root of d and close the bracket divided by 2 star a. Then you have to print the value of a, b, c. Okay, and as well as the roots real one and as well as the real value of real one, real two will get printed. For example, if the d greater than 0, no, that means okay, then we have to check whether d equal to 0. If d equal to 0, we have to calculate that. Okay, if d is 0, then we have to calculate that. Okay, then minus b divided by 2 star a, real 1 and real 2 equal to minus b divided by 2 star a, print abc and real 1 and real 2. Okay, and it will stop. For example, if d is not equal to 0, d is not greater than 0, d equal to 0 means d is having a minus value. In this case, we are printing that complex roots. Okay, finally the flow will into a stop. Okay, this is a simple flowchart for the roots of the quadratic equation.